Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read S3 3243, Katie the Forties Finds, written by Nana Walker. What Katie found: buttercups. Flowers have glossy yellow petals and deeply cut leaves. They grow in colder, mountainous areas. Last one to the top gets gobbled by a grizzly. Ben yelled as he pushed past Katie and scrambled up the trailer after their parents. Katie was examining a grand butter yellow flower growing in the middle of the trail as she plucked the blossom and dropped it into her open backpack. She imagined how terrific it would look in a nature collection. She had just begun collecting a few hours ago, but Katie had already discovered all kinds of interesting objects: a mammoth pine cone, brown acorns topped with miniature fuzzy hats, and now this flower, sugar pine. Sugar pine trees have pine cones 15 inches tall. Tan oak. The fruit of tan oak trees looks like an acorn with a hairy green hat. Sudden rustling and crackling in the woods made the Katie spin around, recalling Ben's taunt. Her brother was only teasing about grizzly bears, wasn't it? Glimpsing a tiny creature behind her, Katie laughed. Luckily, Ben wasn't nearby to see her struck with terror by a chipmunk. Nevertheless, she knew she shouldn't let the others get too far ahead. She zipped her backpack shut and slung it over her shoulder, then sprinted to catch up with the rest of her family. The least chipmunk. These are the smallest of all chipmunks. They have black and white stripes down their back. New territory. We have arrived, Katie's father announced. Now, what is our first order of business? Flop down and rest, said Katie's mother, as she eased her heavy backpack off her shoulders. Take off her shoes and jump in the stream, suggested Ben. Excellent ideas, Katie thought, but her father shook his head, saying, the first thing we should do is set up camp while it's still light. They located a level spot, and soon she and Ben found themselves hard at work, clearing away loose rocks and the debris while their parents unpacked the tent and set it up. Once the setup was completed, Katie and Ben's father told them they could explore until dinner. Watch out for the grizzlies, Ben warned his sister before he charged off. Are there really grizzly bears around? Katie asked her father. No, he said, but there are other varieties of wildlife you might see if you keep your eyes open. I saw a chipmunk, she said, but it ran away. Typically, wild animals will hide or run away when they see humans, her father said. Remember, this is their territory, and we are strangers here. Katie said, maybe if I gave the chipmunk food, it wouldn't be afraid of me. Feeding wild animals is bad for everyone, her father said. It's bad for the animal because they can become dependent on a handout and forget how to get their own food. And it's bad for humans too because even a cute little chipmunk is still wild and could bite. Then how can I show that I just want to be friends? Just remember, you are a visitor here and treat the woods with the same respect you would expect from a guest in our home. That's the best way to be a friend to wildlife. Leave it here. Katie's parents prepared a delicious dinner over the campfire. Was it the long hike that made the food taste so good? Katie wondered what the fresh aroma of the mountain air. After dinner, the whole family told stories and jokes until the stars started to appear. The following morning, Katie awoke first. As she unzipped the tent flap and stepped out, she saw a deer drinking from the nearby stream. Although she wished she could run over and pet the deer, instead She simply observed it quietly until it left. When the deer had departed, Katy took her own turn at the stream. As she bent to wash her face, she spotted a stone with a glittery white streak across the center. Another item she could add to her collection: quartz, silicon dioxide. Quartz is the most plentiful mineral on Earth. The most common colors are clear or white. Soon the others woke up and they all ate breakfast. Then it was time to pack up and leave. Together, Katy and her father gathered all the trash into a plastic bag. "Where is the garbage can?" she asked. Smiling, her father said, "There's no garbage can up here. We need to pack out everything we carried in." "But I don't have any room left in my backpack," she said, showing him. Her father frowned and said, "Katy, you need to take all that out and leave it here." Katy stared at him in horror. Leave it here? But it was her collection. Katy's collection. Katy's father sat down on a rock, patting the space beside him. And reluctantly, Katy said, displaying the pine cone and the acorns, explained, "These are food for birds and small animals like the chipmunk you saw. How would you feel if someone snatched your lunch for a souvenir?" Picturing the chipmunk dashing away with the school lunchbox, Katy admitted, laughing, "I guess I wouldn't like that very much." When her father pulled the next article out of her backpack, Katy grimaced. "That flower was so pretty when I picked it," she said. "If you leave it where it's going, it'll look just as pretty on the way back down." Her father said, "Not only that, but as it grows and dies, it'll spread its seeds. The seeds will make more flowers next year." Only one item remained, the smooth round stone with a white streak, which Katy's father said was quartz. "I put that stone back into the stream," she said. "Anyway, I still have the rest of my collection." Peering into the empty bag, her father said, "You mean there's more?" "Oh, yeah." Katy said, "But it's too big to bring home in my backpack, so I'll keep it all right here." Okay, the end.